donations from political supporters, he has been able to find 50% of his share of the money.
And not the whole pot.
Yes, but the problem is that they were tried jointly.
Right, so he can't pay his own in.
Yes. So I would like to go back to the original Supreme Court ruling. Here's how it read that the matter should be settled. Wherefore, in view of the foregoing, the final judgment of the trial court is affirmed with modification. The appellants are all hereby sentenced to serve a term of 2 years, each in common jail. However, the sentences shall be suspended, provided the appellants shall restitute the full amount of $1,147,656.35, or 50% thereof within the period of 6 months, and thereafter enter appropriate arrangements to pay the remaining portion in 1 calendar year. Shall the appellant fail or refuse to restitute as stated above, then and in that case they shall be incarcerated in the common jail and remain therein until the full amount is paid or liquidated at the rate of $25 per month as provided for by law, and it is hereby ordered. So this is what they're required to comply with, because there's no more argument.
Okay, so let's break it down.
The Supreme Court has ruled 2 important questions. The Supreme Court has answered now. The first one is that for the way he and his colleagues handled the AFM money, it was criminal, and they should restitute it if they don't want to go to jail. The second question is, can he take his seat before complying with that earlier order? Yesterday order answered that question. No. He must make sure that that money is fully paid before he can have his freedoms restored.
Okay.
Until then, he has legal incapacity.
And he can go to jail.
And more importantly, in 5 days, if this is strictly stuck to, he can go to jail. I understand his lawyers are arguing. First, they laid before the court a motion around they made a request for more time. Then they withdrew it and they entered payment and explanation that because of the COVID and so on and so forth. But I'm not sure it will fly, because let me tell you why it will not fly in my mind. Judges also must consider public policy. The Liberian government is owed taxes and other payments in the tune of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars is owed to the Liberian government. If this ruling, if the Brani Samukai case provides the precedent that you can use the COVID as a reason not to pay, it will set in motion a chain of similar requests. There are other people who the debt court have found guilty that are supposed to perform. If the judges rule that because of COVID, we are accepting that you didn't perform and so on and so forth, others will use it. That's my fear.
Your fear or the court's fear?
No, that's my fear is that the court will think like that.
Okay. All right, so let's break it down for some of us who are not that smart. So basically, the last ruling says 50%, which means therefore from 1.something million, you're talking about like half $500,000, right. 600,000, about that for all of them.
So now they need 500K.
So 500,000, but he took 180, so almost 200K.
Yeah.
So they're looking for 400K, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then why is it called common jail? Jail is not Jail is
They don't.
jail?
They don't want you to. They don't want to say, okay, maybe they'll hold you or house arrest. You know.
No, but it's jail. Is it? They don't need to add common to
they're
it.
very clear. They want to terrify you.
No, I'm just wondering why it's called common jail.
Because
tactics.
librarian lawyers, legal people like dramatic language.
Okay. Okay. So basically, they need to find $500,000, and in the way that Brandon Samokai had paid it, he paid in his mind his portion of the. All of them could come together to contribute money and get this done, and then they can start to sue or something. I don't know. Like, can give a post-dated check. Like something. No, I'm just trying to find a way to solve the problem. You are recounting the problem. Me, I'm trying to solve it.
If your check, but when are you?
No. It's not gonna. No, a check can only bounce when the period where you posted it to, you could not cash it. So if I post this a check from today,
so we'll tell Brandon to hire you.
If I post it today, if I post this a check from today, right, and I say, okay, that check is should clear by next year today, date next year. It's only next year you can hold me for it.
But Mary, listen now. I know you won't get sense. The justice minister. The Justice Ministry will jump in and say, Your Honor, this is constructive extension without no, it's constructive extension.
Right, we're pleading to the court to give us time.
You pleaded
in our pleading to give us time. We're not saying we're not going to pay the money. We're simply saying no, but we're simply saying that we're going to pay the money, but we need time. And here's a check. We're trying to raise the money to make sure at this date here that check should be
I think what they need to do, since a lot of people like them and they are giving them their money, they just need to step up the fundraising, whole events.
Okay, but the other side of this story is the fact that this is nothing to do with corruption. It's nothing to do with fighting corruption. It has nothing to do with, and then somebody did something wrong. It's just that government wanted to have a go at Brandon Samokai. That's the fact of the issue. However, on the legal side of it, because if you want to look at people who have owed money, who have confessed to having taken money, like District 15, the person already started paying the money. He agreed to restitution with LACC, started paying the money. He was allowed to run and allowed to sit.
Yeah, but you see, there's a controlling difference there. That guy made an arrangement with government quietly. They didn't go to court. So there's no judgment.
No, but he was taken to court already.
Who, Abu?
No. Brani.
Yes, but I'm saying to you, you want to compare it with Abu's scenario.
Yeah, but Brani was taken to court first. He didn't go to court first. The investigation that found him.
That investigation occurred. It's been lingering even before George Weah took the oath of office.
Right.
The audit report had indicted him.
Right.
Therefore, it's difficult to then now argue that is the making of this government.
No, but there are other people who were indicted. If you want to go see here, don't go that way.
But Mary, the
thing is, the thing is, if you want to go back, GAC audit report and things like that, there are tons of names that should be dealt with in this manner. We're not doing that. There's a reason why we're doing this. Let's not try to dance around that. There's a reason why we're doing this to this person. So Mary, I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying. I already said it. Okay. I'm not saying that he's not. He didn't do what the report says he did. No, I'm simply saying I think if you're gonna use the GAC report, then it should not be selective. Because when you do that, then you water down the import of the things you're doing. You just make it look as if this is witch hunting, and that's not what you want to.
I see where you're coming from, but right now, as it stands, they have to find that money.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
5 days.
Is it 5 days? No, because the judge.
The second judgment 6 months ago.
No, the second judgment.
The second judgment.
When he took the money.
Oh, when he took the money, there was no judgment on the money. Here is the judgment. You see, because of the timing, it looks like they
happened side by side simultaneously.
His payment of the 100 and something thousand, that's trying to comply with the Supreme Court first ruling that allowed them to be free and gave them 6 months to try and raise the half payment.
Right.
So basically, the Supreme Court is saying, we will not believe you are serious to pay back the money until you are able to reach 50%.
Right.
So for us, seriousness means 50%.
Right.
But he wants to try something. He said, let's start with 191,000 because of COVID. That's a separate side. Yesterday was finality in the process of the Supreme Court adjudicating the Ministry of Justice challenge to his certification.
Right.
So it just so happened to coincide, but almost like two different aspects of the same case, right? So yesterday, when he went before the Supreme Court, he went to receive judgment on the question of whether or not
he can sit
as senator while these other issues are rolling. The Supreme Court said no.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, back to what the Supreme Court did was, the Supreme Court says, so his 6 months is ending
on the 26th of August.
And he hasn't been back to the Supreme Court to ask for an extension.
The last time they tried, they filed what they asked for enlargement, right? So basically they want the extension, give me more time.
Right.
And then they withdrew it. They had laid it before the lower court judge. But the lower court judge also did something. Immediately upon taking office, I mean, in the words of Rodney, in the words of Front Page Africa, not Rodney.
Right.
In the words of Front Page Africa, even before taking seat, the first thing on his agenda, the judge said he is scheduling a meeting for 11 a.m. on the 26th of August with Brownie and those because the judge ruled that they were guilty of a crime.
Right.
They say, oh, you made a mistake, we're going to your boss, the Supreme Court. He went there, the bosses said the man made no mistakes, but we will be flexible with you. If you pay money, you're not going to jail. So now the judge is taking care of the post-trial issues, like making sure the judgment is being adhered to.
Right.
So he's inviting them at 11 a.m. Tomorrow morning. On the 26th, which also coincides with the Supreme Court provided time.
Right.
So when you go see that judge and you haven't done what the Supreme Court said you should do, you can add in the numbers.
No, but the lower court cannot arbitrarily adjudge what the Supreme Court is doing.
Should I read what the Supreme Court verdict says?
I heard that. Reaffirming a judgment of a lower court is different from a lower court inviting you and then action from the Supreme Court being used on you.
I'm afraid that technicality will not work because of the plain language the court used and very specific. It says, however, the sentences shall be suspended, provided the said appellants shall restitute the full amount of 1 million, blah, 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 or 50% thereof, which is the 500K we're talking about, within the period of 6 months, and thereafter enter appropriate arrangements to pay the remaining portion in 1 calendar year.
Right.
So once that 6 months is over, here's what the Supreme Court says should happen. Shall the appellant fail? Well, you can fail for different reasons.
Right.
You can fail for COVID. You can fail for different reasons. Shall the appellant fail or refuse? Which is different. The court knows the difference between
you're not able to do
and you not want to
it.
So the court all they say refuse. If they are only inserted refuse here, Brandon and them could appeal and say, we're not refusing, we're trying, but it's not working.
Right.
So they say if you fail or refuse to restitute as stated above, then in that case, they shall be incarcerated in your favorite language, common jail, and remain therein until the full amount is paid or liquidated at the rate of 25. So almost like the Supreme Court say, if you can pay the money back, you're not going to jail. But if you can't pay because you poor or because there's COVID or because your family can't find the money and stuff, then you will go to jail and be there. We'll deduct the money. Every month you spend there, we'll take 25. We understand if you can't pay. If you don't get the ability.
Yeah, so basically what they're saying,
they're not willing to feel sorry for you.
So let me just see if I understand that. So they're saying whatever you haven't paid from the 1.something million, they're going to subtract $25 a month.
Yes, now
for how long? Exactly. That's the same thing they did with Rodney.
Yeah.
You know, it makes no sense. I just think
Mary, I was wondering why he didn't take an appeal to the ECOWAS court.
Why should he? It's a domestic issue.
No, but the ECOWAS code does not require you to exhaust everything locally before you can go.
Yeah, but what's he going to the ECOWAS court for?
You can to argue that.
What's the precedent?
Because in his defense, he said this money was spent based on the instruction of the Liberian chief executive. Right. At that time, it was Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Right.
So he shouldn't be personally accountable for money that he spent.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to. No, but then he's gonna have to agree to pay.
Yeah,
so that is mute.
That's what I said now.
But that is mute because if you go
ahead he waived it. But I'm saying he should have. Maybe it was in his to try and get the matter resolved.
Right.
But I think it was unwise in my mind. He should have gone to the ECOWAS court, make this a human rights matter, that I serve in a government at the will and pleasure of a president that the national constitution gives the power to make financial decisions in concert with the legislature.
Right.
If that president instructs me and I acting in my capacity as a public official inferior to the president, okay, then it's unfair to hold me personally liable, because in law they go to the superior. Once you acting on the instruction of the superior, your superior is to be held to account.
And you can prove there was a superior who asked you to do it.
Right, and she has the powers under the law to instruct you to take actions around.
But he has to be able to prove that that's what happened.
Yes, during the trial he provided a letter.
Okay.
He provided a letter, demonstrating that this will occur. And I'm told he also.
I forgot to ask this. I didn't check. Did the court take the money or not?
That's one question we've not answered. But I think he paid it. Yeah. So
but did they take it?
I'm sure they did. Yeah. I'm sure. Because maybe when I get government money to get, unless your name is Dylan. They're only refusing money from Dylan. So Dylan and Brandon Samoka get different problems.
One person they're not taking it. The other person they want to take
it. Brandon can find money to pay.
I think he should. Quite frankly, I think he should turn this into what it really is, which is witch hunt, and play that up.
But how do you play that out? Because as it stands, he has two convictions. Like the lower courts and then the Supreme Court of holding it. It's just like double.
Yeah, but are you saying the court cannot be in cahoots with government to which?
But Mary, then where does it end? You can't do it politically.
He can. If you wanted
to. Explain to me a political route. How does it get out of this?
Political route is to turn this into a witch hunt.
Yes. So you say it's a witch hunt, but court verdicts, they're not CEO, they're not Taisha.
No, but witch hunt, there's no law, there's no passage of the law that specifies what a witch hunt is.
I know, but here's my this is what you're not getting from me.
Right.
How does he physically stop what's happening to him now? How does he make sure he doesn't go to jail? Right. And how does he make sure he takes his seat?
I think the whole thing is to embarrass him. I'm sure they will throw him to jail just to make a point. It's just going to be the same thing with Charles Sirleaf and the 16 billion thing, just to embarrass him for a while. And I think the end game here is to ensure that he doesn't take his seat. That's all this is about. He shouldn't take his seat.
But tell me, how many votes does a senator from Lofa have? One vote. And
what's your point?
My point is that CDC is in such control of the legislature
that they don't need that.
I don't think they
Have you met CDC?
Yes. Hello.
Have you met this government?
Yeah.
No, don't even start that. They don't need to have. Look, there doesn't have to be a logical thinking to trying to be vindictive or trying to be trying to get back at somebody for whatever it is they're trying to get back at him for.
Okay, so
they don't need. They have shown that they don't need.
Are you saying that officially Brandon Samoka has overtaken the law in terms of government hatred? Because the government and Dylan went at each other for much longer.
Yeah, but the government has never stuck with one person. They go after anybody, and particularly when they find that you are in a position where we can deal with you, so we will do that. And I just think I just think that at the end of the day, right, once we agree that this is about embarrassing you, it's not really, I don't think it's really about, oh, you stole money, because that cannot be it. I'm sorry, with there just too many. So since we know that is not the issue, we should just accept that this is about embarrassing you, and we're going to make sure we embarrass you to the point where two things. One, you're not going to be able to see your seat will be taken, because then they're going to go back to NEC to say, okay, well, this guy can't sit because one is in jail. One is in jail. Two, while he's in jail, he's required to pay 25. He can't even pay the 500,000, even if he had it, to pay it in one bulk, because the law says he can only pay $25 per month. Which
no. The law doesn't say that. The law is saying they equate 1 month imprisonment to $25. If you can pay more, fine. In fact, they encourage you to pay. But if you can't find it, then you suffer you used to pay for it.
In the way that
no, they say it's liquidated at $25 per month. That's the rate they translate prison term to financial
how much
obligation.
money?
So your whole life for 1 month, which is another thing that we need to challenge. A typical Liberian will make more than $25 in a month if he's outside.
But you're in prison.
Yeah, so why?
I won't spoil that argument already. You're in prison, and the reason for which you're in prison is for punitive
to suffer.
Yeah, it's for punitive reasons. It's not to go and enjoy yourself. In as much as prison conditions should be okay, however, being paid less than you would normally make outside is the goal, because then the idea is to discourage you from going there in the first place.
But yeah, but Mary, that's it. I think as it stands, the only way out of prison is 500,000.
Right, to add to.
No, they did well. They almost like around 200,000.
Yeah, so they need like four.
Maybe you should also talk to Costa. Costa has this GoFundMe capacity too. He's a big expert.
Yeah, I already said they must do susu. They can't do susu because the other 5 people, and the other 4, 3, 4. The other people who
I think the other people we don't even hear about them.
Yeah, what are they doing?
They're riding.
They're hoping. Yeah, they're hoping. Every day with you, so you are the boss man. So you're the one who can pay for all of us. So, but I just think this is heading the way of Charles the Leaf.
But maybe he can get everybody on board. Did Charles the Leaf have a conviction?
What I'm saying is, it wasn't so much for the conviction; it was just the embarrassment of him being in jail.
Yeah, but I just say. All those Charles that you're mentioning, his problem was smaller. When I say smaller, like you didn't have a whole court. 6, you saw the Supreme Court justices, 6 of them sit down and say, "My friend, you're guilty."
No, but what I'm saying is that the substance of it in the whole thing was just to embarrass him, and that's what that happened. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So, who's responsible for the budget? Let's talk about that before we go on to opposition politics.
Okay, but I thought we were just going to discuss this, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about the budget issue. And then
let's talk about the budget and we'll open the line, and then we'll come back to talk about the opposition issues.
All right.
The next half.
So carry on.
Of the show. So the president says he's from the executive, and they're not the ones to write the budget.
I think the president advisors got that one really wrong. They shouldn't let him say things like that because it just goes to validate our argument that he doesn't know what he's doing. The budget, of course, emanates from the House of Representatives, but it is the president's budget. The draft comes from the Ministry of Finance. The budget hearing is with agents of the president. The legislature didn't sit down and say, "Bring me fresh pieces of paper, let me come write." They didn't sit down and just put random things. The budget reflects the cost of your activities,
not even
and
the plan and strategy of a government.
Yes,
which includes their monetary and fiscal policies, and includes their revenue stream. Well, revenue is also included in the fiscal, management, your macroeconomic policy, the way you see the vision you have for your year is what your budget is, which means you do the draft. That's why it's called a draft. You do the draft, and you take that draft to okay, so in this case, to the legislature says, okay, you see here, this $5 you put here for these people here, we think it should be 10 or we think it should be 2. Right? So change it. Okay, you put this money here. See here, they're trying to do election now. So you got to put X amount of money to do the election. Or there's no line after here for this. Where are all our money to? You put that $2? No, make our money $10. They can do that.
Yeah.
And they say, and then you can say, oh, but we ain't got money. You say, where we gonna get the money from? Then they can say to you, no, you see, yeah, you think you go to NPA, they ain't got money to NPA. You went to LPRC, they ain't got money there. You went, they can ask you for the sources of revenue,
right?
To be able to pay for these things they're asking you to add, or in the case where they're trying to subtract things from it, they can tell you, okay, but you need this other thing, so take this money from here and add it here. But the architect of it, because the essence of a budget is the plan of a government. Right? The plan and strategy of a government on how it wants to function in the calendar year that covers the budget. So it emanates sometimes.
Yeah, it is a total disaster there. And in case the president and his folks are still having problem understanding it, all they need to do is look at the budget, look at the signatures on the budget.
Does it tell you who wrote it?
Yes. It's very simple.
No, but, and they also what add that too, right? And you can also look at, because when you want print money, you can look at whose 2 signatures are on the money printed.
Right. Everybody can do.
Because always the finance and the central bank governor.
And number 2, he also has veto powers.
Right.
The budget is law. You see, the president
before it becomes law.
That's why
when they finish passing it, they now send it to him for him to sign, and then it becomes law, and then it's printed into handbills, right? And how it goes.
Yes, it's gazetted. But what I'm saying is, it's elementary. I don't understand. I'm sure we all knows that the budget is his budget. Unless they made a budget behind him and then someone fixed his signature.
No,
because
man.
Maybe he's copying from us in opposition. Where people are saying they won't change the constitution. Maybe the president is learning from Wembley. Where you the president, you sign the budget. You must sign.
All right.
Or you can veto. So who that poor person you were talking to and he told them, I'm not from the legislature.
You didn't hear what he was explaining what the short for is.
Oh no, I wasn't. When he was explaining the short for.
So I don't know why we are trying to act like this is new.
That one that
he said we'll reduce the price of rice. So I think and I keep saying this, no disrespect to you, Mr. President. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you so much. But this thing here is not your gig, man. No,
they may not believe you until you say Bekugbe strong.
Bekugbe strong. The government must succeed. The government must, because there's just certain things. Because I can bet you, I have said this.
Prayer and fasting.
No, I have said this. I have said this from the beginning when I came back on air. If you just watch the president discussing football. Just watch him. Watch his body language. Watch his lingo. Watch his, he comes alive. Just watch, and then watch him when he's talking about an economic issue. Just watch him. It just tells you where his interest lies. And I'm not saying people cannot, because sometimes you're not interested in something, but you gotta do it anyway, right? But in this case, you must be interested in this one thing here, because that's the reason for which you're president, it's sad that at this point, 4 years on, we're still having these very, very elementary conversations.
What to his credit? Maybe he say picking 12 will do it.
To do what?
We'll talk about the economy, then he will talk about football.
No, he will play.
Division of labor.
Yeah. No, but I think at this point, I remember telling a friend of mine, a citizen friend of mine, that look, your excuses are running thin. Okay, it's been 4 years. You can't keep making the same excuses for this.
But if
either he's refusing to learn on the job, because there's no school for you to go learn how to be president. There's none. Everybody tends to get into the office, then deal with the realities, that they face.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why there's always a marked difference between campaigning and governing, right? because now the nitty gritty is where you have to get it done. And the fact that up till now he still can't quite get the essence of the job 4 years on. I mean, if he went to university, he'll be graduating now and he would have learned nothing. I'm so yes, Mary.
You that's not you. When it comes for you, me, I know you.
No, but I and the irony is, I really like this guy. Like, I'm trying to will him to do better. Like, look, dude, man, you need to do this. You need to. Yeah. No, it's just it's like, and I don't think he sees anything wrong with it. I don't think so. I think he just thinks there's something wrong with us who are complaining about what he's saying.
What's your prediction for what will happen with Samukai?
Why are you on this Samukai?
By next week Saturday.
It looks like you have a personal problem about Samukai.
No, it's just it's a national drama.
I finished. I'm done. I'm not talking about it anymore. Don't take me back. I'm radio. I go forward. You can't rewind.
No, I was just thinking about so by next week Saturday. By next week Saturday, either when we have the show again, either we'll be giving him shout out, be strong, this too shall pass, God there, or we would have seen
I thought you're not talking.
The money being paid.
No, but I thought you're not gonna stop me.
But he said we must talk budget, and the president said the men are signing the budget, and he said they're not a budget. John, you know, said they're not a constitution. So what do I do? I think we'll take a break. We'll come out. We'll take calls.
No, we'll take calls. Then we'll take the break. Okay. After the calls, so they can just go.
But Mary realize you gotta call the numbers.
Yeah, I gotta call the number. Before I call the number, I just wanted to quickly add the issue of LACC going after this guy. What's the name of the guy?
You said 2 issues.
No, but I don't want to add that name. We'll open the phone lines because we got 2 minutes.
Which will make it 3. Me too. I don't go forward. No, go ahead.
LACC. No. Is it LSCC who's looking for this guy? Because I get confused with the way they're doing stuff.
Looking for?
They said they're trying to extradite somebody.
Oh, Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah.
That man a serious man.
Mm-hmm.
They held him in a cell for a few weeks. He came out. He had a press conference, confessed to everything, then packed and left.
Yeah. now they won't go extra. Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you notice that Ellen Cockcroft was
issue number 4?
No, I don't want to add that. No, to people who took off. And she's still here. She went to steal COVID money in the US. 0777. Hi, boy, help me out. 0777 777 107 0777 777 107 077 221 223. His number you can call to take part in the show on the things that we've discussed so far. We've talked about Barney Sawokai, the president. Hello. Yes.
Good morning to you and Sis Mary.
Morning.
And good morning to Mr. Tumara. Okay, then the name remains Nina Divan Tiapo, the political apostle, and I do join you from one of the most divisive and abundant districts.
Right.
Okay, yeah, let me commend you guys this morning for the show. Yeah, when it comes to the issue of Mr. Samuka, why our big brother said, Mr. Dumont, that we should wait and see this week. Anything that happens again, any president that will come from Supreme Court again, that definitely, if when they deny this man from taking a seat, then we say this thing have ulterior motive. But if this man is granted permission to what we see, then should be and
no, but the issue is that the issue is that they want him to pay money, or it's not whether or not he can sit.
They say he must pay the money before he
go to jail. Or go to jail.
They say he must pay the money.
Or he'll go to jail.
So this week,
I tried the ability of the Lufians
to do what?
To
do what? They're doing susu in Nova.
Nova Mara.
That's susu.
No, the people. And the people that are patriotic, the people love one another. Okay, So just conclude. Let me just say this to us. So we Liberians, we have made a big mistake to make president. We are a president.
Oh.
Since president, we are a senator, has a president. Liberia has become a laughing stock in the outside world. There is a president. Since 3 years, you don't even know a function as a president. Many a time when you show president, we are with questions. Definitely, you will make tons of mistakes.
Okay, let me take other callers. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Go take Tylenol or something. Calm down.
Political apostle.
Political apostle.
I like that.
Go take Tylenol or something.
Okay.
Calm down. Hello. Okay, I think we lost that caller. 077-777-107, 077-221-223. Number you can call, be part of the show. Hello. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I know people are on the show at some point. We're gonna ask seditions or those who want to vote for the president, the current president. Mm-hmm. I just have one question: why? I would just like to know that.
Well, the people said the bill road. They said the community roads and the post street line.
No, is that why you're gonna vote for him again?
And COVID.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, they said they extended the time we can be out from 9 o'clock to 11.
Our COVID
curfew.
COVID-19. Hello. Your name is not COVID-19. I'm sorry. Hello.
I'm gonna ask you if COVID-19 can call on show.
I know, right? I think. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Mohammed Kane. I'm speaking to you from South Africa.
Right.
I can fully tell you that Honorable Samuka is a victim of political witch hunt.
Victim of political witch hunt.
Yes, political witch hunt.
But did he not take the money? Shouldn't he be made to restitute the money he stole? Allegedly.
He used the money on his personal account, on his own personal issues. Or he used the money in question on his personal issues. Or he used the money on his state.
But I think,
according to your experience, he's a very smart young man.
Right.
Because if you go to ECOWAS court, he used the money to facilitate the AFL, the Armed Forces of Liberia, to partake in a peacekeeping mission in Mali. Mm-hmm. There is no document that shows that man carried that money to look for them.
But I just want to ask you, but why he didn't take that option to go to the ECOWAS court
in the beginning?
What is advising that? You see, really, the wrong we are political witch hunt because one approached by CDC during the election to 100 tickets and use. One of the things they wanted me for.
Okay, we
just okay.
All right, thanks for contributing to the show. All right, thanks for contributing.
Let's Hello. Oh, I lost the call.
Because what happens is that others stay long on the line and then others are waiting and then they tend to leave the line. So let's just as a rule of thumb, let's just cut it out at 1 minute,
No, but it's not up to 1 minute though. You think it's long, but it's actually, I look at the time.
That he was
it's
talking?
Too long. If you give it a minute, it's too long actually.
Okay.
Hello? Can't hear you.
I can't hear that person.
I'm Patrick Kamara calling from Jacobtown.
Okay, what you say?
Actually, I'm very happy for Brandon Samuka if he paid this money. Because paying this money, it was very tough for Georgia government. After Georgia government left the power. Because of what? Why people should not only pay the people of Liberia. Let the person all the document and care.
What is good propaganda?
We will in the war to what their rebel group, so-called police, what is how they call free them from the prison and put them in the police. So, opposite of Liberia will be before the people to go and arrest the minister and the president down to one by one. So, I'm very happy for President to pay this money.
Oh, but you contribute, you make it so around so he can pay that 500,000.
Yeah, it's very good. If you let President it's very good. Okay. Reason what I know go to You want to pay this money and wait now for what is coming.
So
10,000 people.
Okay, so if 10,000
people contribute
$50
US, he can pay it.
$50 he can find 500,000.
He can find how many votes he got in Lofa?
I'm not sure. I need to go back.
He got to 50.
But you need to party got hundreds of thousands of supporters.
I thought in Lofa. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Peter Wagbaji, and I call from I'm a Gaji resident.
What you say?
Oh.
You not saying?
He long fell.
Hello? He gone?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think they should continue the fundraising issue. If he gets the sympathy of 10,000 persons that get $50 to spare, he'll be free.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Yeah, Mary, I'm Brown Tate.
What's up?
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes. I've been following you people. But I think Dubai said something that I want to speak to. When you talk about superior respondents, that the president will authorize him to use the money at the time. In fact, when he ran to Supreme Court, they produced a photocopy of the instruction. But when the first charge is that, President Shadi is staying in the country. So they said that, well, can we subpoena the whistlist because it means that she will be whistlist. But we learned that they said Manasari will have been a hostile witness. So they said no.
Hostile witness to who? For who?
No. You're not understanding him.
To say that I'm not aware.
Yes. That was the affair.
There's a letter that has her signature on it, right?
Photocopy. They said they needed the original.
Okay, all right.
This listener is providing very important information.
Right.
So you are saying, and I'll check this. You are saying that the evidence that Browning submitted in his defense was defective. It was not the best evidence.
Precisely. So they said, okay, send the person you refer to in town. Let's subpoena her.
Who called them?
They said, no, she may be hostile witness. And you have a right to that. If the wife is a witness and I know, let me hear myself have forced the past and go there as a concrete issue.
Right.
Where he was gathering, she was gathering, all those kind of things. So with all those things, the man lawyer decided not to subpoena her.
Okay.
That's very good. That helps with my understanding of the whole issue.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for your contribution.
The chairman order?
Go ahead.
I wanted him to wrap up his thought.
The one said go ahead.
Oh, he gone?
Oh, he's gone. But he's very good.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Yes?
Hello, good morning.
Speak.
I mean, what happened to the phone lines today?
Know.
But yeah, you wanted to know how many people voted for Browning? 20,431
So it means he can get 10,000.
But even he connected to the party, the party got hundreds of thousands of supporters.
No, I'm just saying. Even
I heard that one, so I can say, I'm saying, you the Supreme Court. Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Right.
Yes, what's your name and where do you join us from?
This is Prince Nancio, and I joined the conversation from Virginia this morning.
All right, let's hear you.
Yeah, my brother, when it comes to the issue of this Browning Samaka whole saga, let us try to give the law a chance to take its course. Because, you see, we know everybody have a side. People from the opposition, people from the no position, and people from the ruling party. Everybody just saying their own. People want Browning Samaka to take office, and other people are saying that he won't take office. But my point here is, let us allow the law to take its course. People shouldn't say they were bullying, and the justice system in our country. I listen to somebody say once the court has come up next Friday.
Well, what about the government using the courts to bully others?
In what instance?
In this instance, for instance.
Which of the instances?
This one here. Because we are aware that there's so many persons being mentioned in any report, LACC, GAC, that are not being dealt with in this manner.
Yeah, but then this is a separate case. Then that's another.
It's not separate though. No, it's not separate.
Another day, but Brownie Samukai, people want Brownie Samukai to ascend to the Senate, not understanding that the Senate is a place of integrity. Not if you have this criminal record taking over you.
Milton TJ, hello. Milton TJ is still in the Senate. Vanish Sherman is still in the Senate. I can count. Let's not do that.
Yeah, but the signal that we will be sending, the precedent that we will be setting. Then you are just telling me that some people who even work at a bank and they embezzle people money, once they can pay the money back, they can be employed tomorrow at other institutions. That's what we're saying. Then let's go have most of the criminals that people.
So what you would do now? Normally you pay back restitution. You will go to jail.
No. What I'm
saying. The court came up with a verdict. If he's able to restitute this money, he can go free. He does not have to go to jail. But for people to say because he paid the money back, then he should go to the Senate, it's a very dangerous and wrong precedent. Let's get the sentiment out of this.
But you
don't do that, man.
You don't want to be sentimental. He won an election. What are you?
He won an election. Hello, he won an election. There is no show me in the Constitution or a NEC where it says that if somebody is found, is there a provision in NEC that says you cannot run? The criteria to run is what? It says you must be of a certain age, live in a certain place, But
also they can check criminal records.
Okay, let me just close up on the point. The Constitution of Liberia states clearly that someone with a criminal record cannot hold public office. And
where? Which article? Which article?
I can specifically.
Let get other callers. Hello. First
hi, Mary.
Hi. Let me just say this.
Yeah, let me finish talking.
This is Ryan. Mary, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Mary, I've been following this case. Like you guys, let me just interview Mary. First, sorry for listening to me money. Let me just continue talking.
You say what?
I didn't hear you. We didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, forget about that. It's all right. Thank you. Go ahead.
Maybe the election commission have a procedure when people are going to the public offices. That's a main stock and individual that had criminal records, so they will not be given the right to
run. Yes, but he was cleared.
Fine, okay. And he was clear, but now the election commission, after Joseph Mason wrote the election commission said, until he's innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
So they couldn't have awarded him his certificate being the winner of Lufa. Now that the Supreme Court has brought him down guilty, my point is that why is the election commission not finding other sources to find another person that allows Lufa to have a representative in the Senate?
Oh, okay. So you're saying no, unless can they? First off, I don't know how it works. Can NEC? I don't want to ask a question though. Can NEC automatically give the runner-up the seat? Don't worry. Can NEC automatically give the runner-up a seat?
No.
They can't do it. So which means they need to go for a vote. So which means
yes.
But now he's good brother. So what is NEC's responsibility? Yes.
No, the guilty verdict does not take away from him the fact that he was elected. You see, the case you are raising, if followed to its logical conclusion, it will work in favor of Browning.
Right.
Here is why. And I don't know who his lawyers are. I'm not pretending to be a lawyer, but listening to these sort of matters, I would just deduce that they are trying to be autovirus. They should have done this at the beginning. The fact that you didn't do it at the beginning, you cannot apply it now.
Right.
There is an expression of the will of the people of Lofa. Even if he was to serve 2 years, the fullest, the harshest of the sentence is 2 years in jail, right? That 2 years is less than the tenure he's been elected for. So I take you quickly back to Roland Kine from Mark Gibby, who, having been elected to the Liberian Senate, had a murder charge on him, and he was not granted bail. He was in jail for, I think, almost a year or a year plus, and he was allowed to take his seat when he got back in. So there is no way the National Elections Commission can do now what they should have done then.
Hello? No, but they can say now they have evidence.
No, but you got it too late. You've already granted.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Ibrahim Dawuda. I'm Ibrahim Dawuda.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, the first caller on your lamb, the first thing I'm going to tell you is disgrace to his family. Because he will not respect to our elected president. It's a disgrace. You not know his concern.
What did he say that?
He said one of the callers said.
No, but did he say it was a disgrace?
Hello.
What? Hello.
Yeah, last caller, and before we go for a break. Hello.
Thank you. Let me appreciate the both of you for this platform.
Right.
My name is Aman Coach Bob Ndebe, and I joined the conversation from this number 15. The first point I want to establish on this platform here is that when some members of our county decide to solicit funding to restitute the money that was misapplied by Brownie Samuka, that effort is an unfortunate effort. It is a misrepresentation of who we are as Lofians, and it will also serve as a bad precedent. It means that anybody can go and misapply government resources. Certain groups will decide to have a restitution, which is wrong.
Why is it wrong? Why is it wrong? Because somebody, if you're in trouble, you would want to go to people for help, right? And if there are people who are willing to support you, they should be allowed to support you.
So it is a bad precedent, like I indicated. Having said that, it is also important to know that Brownie Samuka is a convicted criminal. According to our law, a convicted criminal doesn't have the same right that some of us have because we are not convicted, we are not criminals, right? For instance, the only reasons why people who are behind bar are denied the opportunity or the right to vote is because they are convicted, right? So when you are convicted, you are denied certain privileges and rights. The right to participate in elections is no longer yours because you are convicted. The right to be voted for is no longer yours because you are convicted. And so if even Brownie Samuka restitutes the full amount for the fact that he has been convicted by a competent court of jurisdiction, I mean the higher court in our land, the Supreme Court, it denies him the opportunity to serve as senator. So there's no argument about that.
That's not true. And here is why it is not true. The Liberian Constitution does not allow for the perpetual punishment of crime. Crimes are punished through specific actions. So if for example you are found guilty of a crime and you serve a year sentence, after that year sentence, all your rights are restored. Even the provision that say felons cannot vote, that's while they're in prison. After they get out of prison, their rights are restored. They are Liberians. You can punish them beyond what court says.
So the first thing Manipaka need to understand is that yes, some of us we are concerned about him restituting the money, but it does not in any way erase the fact that he committed a crime against the state, right?
Yes, that is a matter of record.
But if he's restituted the
he's
money,
paid his debt to the
if he
state.
pays his debt to society, then why can't he run? If the people want to vote for him, they'll vote for him, right? It's an election. It's not an appointment.
You know that the political process, election is also an accountability process. So the political account, yes.
That is the argument we'll be pushing when Brownie Samuka, is successful in restituting the full amount.
All right, my brother.
Okay.
Don't share your strategy on radio.
Okay. Let's go for a break, right? Can we go for a break or have a caller? Go for a break. Okay, let's go for a break, and then we'll be back on the other side.
We'll get back.
Well, what kind of message did people sending me again? Oh, who said my SIM not register? I was one of the first people them to buy my SIM when they came to Liberia.
Ah, I see. So that all I say only one actually keep time. Now you must do it using your national ID card. After registration, there is a special number you can call.
Yeah. They really make it easier for us.
Yes, we are all required to register our SIM cards by using our national ID cards. But that's not all. Orange Liberia provides a very easy way out for you to self-check your status. Dial *5434# to check a SIM registration status, free of charge. We take pride in bringing you closer to what matters the most. Brings you closer.
Bajaj CT125 is the most reliable and efficient bike in town. $730 is the price for the Bajaj CT125 motorbike. Bajaj CT125 is present in more than 10 countries across the globe with close to 2 million happy riders. Bajaj CT125 bike comes with the following features: low price, fuel efficient, low maintenance, high speed, better mileage, and we give you 6 months engine warranty. $730 is the new price for the Bajaj CT125 motorbike. Contact Silver Automobiles Limited, Painesville Red Light, or call us on CT125. Definitely. New motorbike and Nagia Bajaj Boxer 150 UG for only $825. It's the bike that you must choose anytime you want to buy a motorbike, because you know why? It can take you anywhere you want to go. It get the following features: it get 5 gear, your cell phone charger, gear indicator, 6-month warranty engine, strong body, Bajaj oil mage, and it get enough space for your phone to rest. Strong shock absorber. And the benefit for this Bajaj Boxer 150 UG is they will give you 6-month engine warranty when you buy it. They will give you covering there, cylinder hair, valve and crankshaft, and they get special field team to service. I mean, they get special people in the field. Anytime something happens, you just call them. They will come right there and service it for you. And the special price for this Bajaj Boxer 150 UG is for only $825. Yeah, only $825. They want there like a season offer. You can find it anywhere in Liberia here. You can also get it from the headquarters in Monrovia, Silver Automobiles Limited, in Red Light, Painesville. You can also find it at the LPRC compound, Silver Automobiles Limited. We are also in Bangabon County, Ganta, Nimba County, Cotton Tree, Red near Habel in Magibi County, Buchanan City in Grand Bassa County, and Maryland County. For more information, you can contact us on 0778-674-117, 0776-251-588, or 0880-302-934. You can also contact us on 0881-233-122. So you see, my man, go and get your Bajaj Boxer 150 UG for $825. At the best bike in town.
Wow, you girl, you're looking so beautiful with your smile and shining teeth. Tell me what got your teeth clean and shining like that. I mean, look at your teeth.
You don't know what I am using?
Yeah. Tell me now.
I am using Lucky Family toothpaste.
Lucky Family toothpaste?
Of course.
Talky, ma. Let me know now.
Lucky Family toothpaste kills all the germs in your mouth and keeps your gums healthy and teeth shining. All you need to do is brush your teeth with Lucky Family toothpaste at least 2 times a day. In the morning and when going to bed at night to refresh your mouth.
So how can I get some to buy now?
Lucky Family toothpaste can be found in any supermarket, Liberian, and Fuller shops with Yana Ball or Get in all pharmacies, drugstores, and that shop right there. For wholesale supply, go to any local pharmacy across Liberia or call 7777-477932.
Look how they get Tiba.
There you go. Lucky Family toothpaste comes in a red and white pack. Written on it, Lucky Family toothpaste. And is imported and distributed by Lucky Development Corporation, Lucky Pharmacy.
Lucky Family Glucose with calcium and vitamin D is good for energy and fatigue for all sports persons, school children, and babies, as well as the entire family. Lucky Family Glucose is available in all leading pharmacies, supermarkets, and shopping centers in and around Monrovia. Lucky Family Glucose
Is the best in town now. For wholesale, contact sales number.
Oh, man. Hello! Are you one of those who, when driving, you find yourself sleeping? Or are you one of those who cannot beat it when it's time for the driver to beat it? Now it's time to rock. That's right, ROCK with Rock Energy Drink Classic. The sleep is gone and your energy is restored. And you can go on rocking all day and night. Rock Energy Drink, good for the night shift, and can be found in all leading pharmacies, supermarkets, stores, Liberian and Fuller shops, restaurants, entertainment centers. And that shop right there, Rock Energy Drink, comes in a black can with a gold color glitter on it, written ROCK in white. Rock Energy Drink is produced in Poland, imported and distributed by Lucky Development Corporation. For wholesale supplies, call 0777-477-932. Rock Energy Drink keeps you rocking.
Okay, and welcome back to the show. This is the Saturday Show. My name is Mary Williams, and Dumois is here with me as usual. This is the second half of the Saturday Show, and we're going to go straight to opposition. Opposition, and it's numerous. This week was just
opposition is where the actions are.
Opposition action week.
Letter writing week.
Letter writing, firing Chama. All kind of people, you know. Okay, so let's start with the firing of Wilmot Pay.
Oh,
I was gonna read, but
Wilmot Pay need to change his pastor.
Why?
In less than 1 year, 2 political parties.
It is more than 1 year, though.
It's more than 1 year.
Yeah,
but still,
last time he was fired.
But I hold 2 parties.
In was it March or in February?
Yeah, but it happened in 2020, and now in 2021.
Yeah, but his excuse for the firing.
I've sent you.
Okay, great. His excuse for the firing is that that people got in his ear. The people got in the political.
You should remove them.
Yeah, I know, right? But isn't the problem with this the so somebody forms a political party, right, and then they hire you, right? It's a new political party, which means they've not had conventions, they've not done any of the rudimentary things that a political party is required to do, to function. Now, the same person who hired you is firing you. I don't understand. I saw a lot of people trying to make it look as if, the person had done the wrong thing. I think they were more even upset with the language. And to me, it was hilarious when UP people were the ones who were actually more upset that he was fired.
Because they don't want him. They don't want him to come back to their side.
I'm sorry.
Or
that was funny.
They're in a dogfight for the nomination in the CPP.
Right.
They need that women pay type of spirit. So probably they're trying to build goodwill
to bring it back.
Yeah, I want Umpa did it, but they won't put it in Umpa were wrong.
And because to me it was really funny.
People together.
I know, right? But no permanent enemies. What was really funny to me was the fact that the very same person who, when I called to ask about what's happening with UP and Wilmot Pay, before I had him on the show, right? He was the same person that said, "Oh, the man go take money, the man go do this for you, the man go do this for you." I'm like, you're the same person who was mad that. I'm sorry, that was just too funny to me. Again, the thing with political parties, as it is here, is that new political parties are formed by 1 or 2 people, right? Then they bring in other people. And the money to run the party comes from a source, right? And that source literally controls the party. Which means, therefore, for a new party, the owner of the the owner of the party will tell you what to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They will tell you what to do. So I'm at a loss why the noise is the way it is. I think maybe it's because it's will not pay, and not necessarily that people were fired.
Yeah, I think. I mean, well, you yourself can see, that because this guy he was just relieved from the United Party as well. That one just calmed down, and then he found a new home. There was a noise. Then in a few months, he's been booted out.
Who are these people in the party though? Who owns the party?
I think as it stands now, the party has been organized under the laws of Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
They've been certificated.
Mm-hmm.
What remains is an elective conference that has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wilmot Pay mistake in the whole thing is his attempt to rely on the argument that he was improperly removed.
Right.
He wasn't an elected official
to start off with.
Mm-hmm. And
you were hired.
And that he wants to be treated as a properly elected chairman who will enjoy the attending securities of the constitution of that institution. And
then also a chairman is normally elected, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, because he's unelected.
You are appointed.
Yes, he's unelected. He was appointed. I think it goes to say he can be removed.
So basically, the same person who appointed him disappointed him.
Yeah, so
I don't know why moving on. For plenty. I want to read this from, because the two stories sound alike, so I'm going to put them together. LAP, so the Liberian, all Liberian party. ALP, sorry.
Madam.
ALP.
The People Party.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry.
When it comes for you, I will dodge the cousin.
But it's not new. This was written to Senator Nyomli Kanga, chairperson, collaborative political parties, and Liberty Party political leader, dated 18th August 2021. And it says, Dear Madam Chair, with sentiments of the highest esteem, I extend greetings and best wishes and pray this letter meets you in fine health. Madam Chair, this letter essentially seeks to inform you that the All Liberian Party, ALP, has reliably learned that certain portions and clauses within the organic framework document of the collaborating political party CPP have been dubiously, viciously, and purposefully altered.
It's not for the letter. We're not going to know that you got words like that. They make out words. Vocab, papa.
Allegedly, don't let me. I'm trying to read.
But
the plenty English. No, but the plenty English inside here. So I need to. My head can only deal with a few, so I need to concentrate.
Maliciously, viciously.
Yeah, purposefully altered. Allegedly by some nefarious individuals within the hierarchy of the
another big one,
and replaced by alien clauses to engender ulterior motives, while the ALP would not want to cast aspirations and make fast conclusions. Now, however, the unimpeachable sources from which we gathered this information, we can by no means possibly doubt its validity. We are also cautioned.
You're a journalist.
Calm down now. Let me read this thing. Serious business here.
Sources beg for anonymity.
Impeachable sources from which we gathered this information. Okay, the validity. All right. Charlie, you see, I've jumbled up this thing here. Yeah, we are also cautioned not to take this information for granted, because if such subversive maneuvering is not decisively foiled and diminished, the CPP must brace for a fate or fatal consequences. It is no gainsaying that such a despicable and woeful act, if permitted to happen, will spell upon the CPP a brazen doom. The All Liberian People's Party ALP therefore kindly requests you, Madam Chair, to launch an immediate investigation into this troubling allegation in a bid to avert with rapidity what seems a potential looming danger that should potentially derail the CPP and dash the hopes of the Liberian people, whose only alternative for genuine redemption and transformation is the CPP. If this machination is not crushed sooner than later, we must, in capital letters, not let our people down, especially in such a time of sprawling socio-economic despair. Madam Chair, to ensure that the investigation as requested by us is fair, transparent, and credible, we recommend that you set up an independent investigative panel to probe this matter with the greatest degree of urgency and exigency. Okay. The investigative panel, we suggest, must be a 4-man investigative panel comprising of ranking and reputable persons. Okay, that it is. All right. You only sent me that part. I don't have the rest of it.
I sent you both.
I got it. But anyway, the gist.
But WhatsApp say you have it.
Oh, okay. I've seen it now. Sorry, you guys. Sorry, you sent it in 2 batches. Sorry. Okay. To begin with, we hereby request that the CPP, through your leadership, immediately notify the National Elections Commission, NEC, as to the alleged notorious tampering of the framework documents by unscrupulous individuals, and respectfully retrieve the current copy of the framework within the NEC, verified within the NEC possession. The current copy with NEC, when retrieved, should be compared and verified with the original and organic copy on which the signatures of all 4 leaders of the CPP are affixed. Madam Chair, the initial engagement with NEC on this matter should mark the beginning of the investigation and should be finalized and findings submitted within at least 1 week. Considering the existential threat afoot, we humbly encourage you to give this matter enormous attention and ensure that it is effectively and expeditiously resolved to a logical conclusion, and anyone found culpable be dealt with in keeping with the law. With assurance of the highest esteem, we remain yours faithfully, Benenoa Wilfred Ure, political leader, ALP, and is copied to Ambassador Joseph Boakai, political leader, Unity Party, and Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, political leader, ANC National Congress.
Alternative
National Congress. So I think reading, translate.
That is the official wedding ceremony between CPP and Gossip. It was nonsensical in my mind, farcical. Yeah, so because the words he brought plenty, so I must apply him. Farcical, just downright dumb.
So what is this about, though? Explain it to the lay person like myself.
I'm speaking directly to Curious Bird. Farcical, unwise, ridiculous, just poor.
Okay, but explain what it is about. Yeah. Then you can launch into your tirade.
Yeah, man. What it is an attempt to undermine the CPP cohesion. Mr. Ure, who reports in a letter that this is very grave, doesn't even cite the provisions that are alarming.
No, but he said
No, the provisions in the document that were allegedly tampered with.
No, but because he said here, he said that have been altered officiously, altered allegedly by some nefarious individuals within the CPP and replaced by alien causes.
But
so
what is the one that you know, the one that's not alien? Which aspect? Is it that they changed the entire constitution, or there were aspects of it? A framework document. Maybe no reasonable person can tell you anything substantive from that letter. What has changed that he's concerned about? So the person that transported the gossip to him, they didn't tell you anything to say, you see the one you agree on, the one you change it and made it this one. They'll place here, they change it this way. Where is it? I'm not even, at this point, I'm not even asking him for proof.
Right.
I just said, make a sensible claim.
Right.
And Alex Cummins also wrote. Do you have a copy of that letter?
I don't have that yet. I was trying to look for it.
That's why I told you, I said this week has been letter writing week. Everybody write letters now.
Well, can you read more letters?
So let me read the one from Cummins. Okay.
You can send it to me, please.
Okay. Okay, I'll send it. You in charge of reading letters today.
No, on this one, I don't want to read it so that so that nobody's upset with me that I didn't read everything. I'm trying hard.
People can be upset with you.
It's not like I care, but still, I can pretend once in a while that it matters.
Then you pretend they tell you pretending.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, just so we don't have that, you can continue talking.
So basically, while he tries to get me the letter, I was trying to make sense of
the
people. Yeah, because when you put too many big words, they say KISS. Go find out what it means. When you put too many big words in something, then it loses. Yeah, it loses its
impact.
But because then it takes a while for people to even understand what it is you're talking about. So just before you come in,
we should go and have a whole investigation because you slept and in his dream. Someone changed because
so let me read what the ANC says, and it's also addressed to the chairperson, and it says, Madam Chair, I trust you are well. I trust that all is well with you and my colleagues of the CPP. As you know, I'm currently out of the country and expected to arrive next week. Notwithstanding, I'm quite bothered by news reports of claims made by our colleague, Mr. Benino Ayure, alleging the altering of the CPP framework document at the National Elections Commission. I believe this is a grave claim to have such accusation in public more than 1 year after our coming together without the benefits of any internal consideration of its accuracy or validity. It is strange. It's strange and disturbing. Even more disturbing is Benino Ayure's use of such incendiary and provocative language meant to evoke acrimony and cast aspirations on the integrity. I don't even know what I keep saying. Aspirations of the integrity of the CPP generally, and those within its hierarchy specifically. Given that Benino accuses no one directly, he hereby unfairly accuses everyone indirectly. I find it unacceptable that such strongly worded letter laced with threats to the survival of this collaboration is void of any specific details. He points to no specific provisions in the document that he claims is altered, does not say when he believes it was altered, does not say who are the nefarious individuals, quote unquote nefarious individuals amongst us in the hierarchy that altered it, but yet invites the CPP through your office and the Liberian people to embark on a wild goose chase.
Yes, to go look for something.
This is a most inappropriate use of our time, resources, and the time and resources of the people we promise to serve diligently and more thoughtfully. We cannot and must not run the CPP on mere gossips and rumors. Accordingly, it is my advice that you direct our colleague, Mr. Ben-Ure, to provide the necessary specifics of his claim, because in absence of such or any of such specifics, where do we start? It is only intended, if it is only intended to evoke acrimony, we must not allow it to.
The second part is
I come in. Oh, let me breathe. Okay. However, should our colleague choose to provide the necessary information to warrant serious consideration, I urge your good officers to first engage with the legal team on the validity of those specific claims, out of respect for the fact that they are closed with the authority to amend the framework and produce the final copy based on the outcome of such engagement, and if warranted, institute a investigation through our existing dispute resolution mechanism. There is absolutely no reason, one best known to our colleague, to and write the National Elections Commission, as suggested by him when the framework document filed at NEC with our official stamp and signature is in the possession of the Liberty Party, as turned over by the ANC CPP Secretary General at the beginning of LP's chairmanship. That copy can be easily compared to the lawyer's final copy, reflective on our input, and this matter be laid to rest. Madam Chair, we must not accept the lowering of standards in the CPP by acting on admitted rumors or gossips. This cannot be the quality of leadership we promised for the CPP and the country. Therefore, I am constrained to urge more serious and thoughtful consideration of actions by members and leaders of our collaboration. This will rightly impose on us the need to show increased respect for ourselves, our colleagues, our fellow partisans, non-partisans who believe in what we are trying to do to accomplish for the changes we need in our country. Those who voluntarily put their valuable time and expertise at our disposal free of charge, and especially it will guarantee the unfailing commitment in the quality of examples that are indicative of a better alternative we promise the Liberians to be. We must be and act better. I hope to see you all soon. Regards, Alexandra B. Cummings. So basically, the way that I understand it, it seems to me like, okay, somebody told, because I like to break things down to, common level, like myself. So somebody went to Mr. Ure and told him something. And then Mr. Ure, instead of calling his colleagues, at least to find out, here's what I heard, right? Goes ahead to write the letter to the leader, the chairperson at the time, right?
I'm listening.
And then in writing that letter, goes into more like diatribe of everything and anything without necessarily pointing out what actually happened. Is that it? So basically, now you've gone to report the case instead of actually hold a dialogue of some sort, because I'm sure a phone call could have done this, right? A phone call.
I'm listening to you, Miriam.
So I'm sure a phone call could have done this instead of all the letter writing and
look.
stuff.
You're going far. Ure doesn't like the way things are going in the CPP. He doesn't like that Cummings does not put his hand up and say, I agree with you, Ure, that Joseph Numa Boakai should be the candidate. I will not contest. Once you're not doing that, he's angry. He's angry. He sits down and he thinks, how can I bring confusion in this thing? And then he crafts a letter out of his own delusion and mischief and puts it out there. That's what this is. Ure has too much experience, too much education, to believe that this thing will be taken seriously by anybody.
No, but it makes conversation because we're talking about it.
Yes, and that's what it was meant for. Conversation, confrontation, noise.
No, but I'm just saying, okay, so let's play his side of it. So let's say it happened, right?
No, let him play his side.
No, I'm just saying, we're here, we've got to do that. Let's play his side of it. I'm simply saying, so you found, somebody came and reported something to you. You found something was wrong. You guys are, there's one among equal, which means the chairperson leads the other three, even though all of you are equal. It's just because, we all can be chiefs and we all can be Indians. We got to have, a chief that runs things, right? Which means access to each other should be there, right? Which means if you found something that is wrong in a document or an information got to you that so and so and so and so and so and so happened.
I understand what you're saying, but
because I'm just
that is if someone wants to be constructive, if someone wants to act in good faith, that is how they will behave. Right. But if someone wants to undermine unity and they want to be if they want to obstruct, their behavior will be what we are witnessing. And that's
so you're saying this has nothing to do with whether or not there was an alteration?
No, this is just to bring noise. You. Because if something serious has happened, you will be on the ball with precisely what you're talking about.
Right.
And it's not as if Mr. Uriel was in Jamaica when we submitted the document.
Right.
The CPP, there was a whole ceremony. Okay, right. The document was laid before the neck. Each political party is represented on all CPP organs of administration. So even the secretariat, you will have someone there from the UP, you have someone there from ALP. They did it so that everybody is at every level, represented at every level. And what kind of a leader are you? It takes you a whole year to kind of say,
No, but somebody told him. He said he found out. He said somebody told
him. Why, he can't read?
No, but somebody told him something.
So what the person did, someone broke into neck and I don't understand. And what is this? The whole book that's kept at neck that people can go visit and see and come back.
Which brings me to
it's nonsense.
Which brings me to Liberty Party because it's about the same thing. Well, when I say the same thing, I mean the usage of neck and sending a letter directly to neck. Instead of going. Doing a formal or informal investigation locally. So last week, I was interviewing you on what's happening with the Liberty Party. And this week, so between our show last week and now, I learned that they had gone to NEC, had a conference with NEC, and NEC had said that that they should go back to the party, basically, that, look, go through your grievance committee, and if you can't find a solution, just move through your normal party procedures. And then this week, so that was on Monday. And then I think yesterday, 2 days ago, there's a press release out there from the party leader who says that she's setting up a ad hoc committee, to look into these things. But before we go to that, I just want to read, because some of the issues that I've heard, the problem is with the Constitution being altered. It's the same thing with Europe, by the way. The Constitution being
they take one strategy and they use it multiple times.
The Constitution being altered. But I just want to read. Just a minute. Okay. I just want to read the analysts, because nobody has given me either copy, whether the copy that was not altered or the one that was altered. So I've not been able to get it. Okay, so I'm just going to say
In short, you need an alter.
So basically what I've done is to go and look at stories that were written at the time the convention was taking place in Ganga. Okay?
Very good.
So I'm going to read.
You're smart.
Sometimes
it can work.
Sometimes. So I'm going to read. This is from the analyst, and it's dated 23rd January 2021, and it says LP convention opens on a high note, but Deputy SG Tommy says the process is stage managed.
Not to me.
No, but
Not to me.
To me. Oh, sorry.
To me.
My bad. Partisan stalwarts and delegates of the opposition Liberty Party, LP, are presently converged in Bangabong County, where a special national convention is being held at the Methodist compound to review and adapt the party's constitution and elect a new crop of officers. The special convention, which is graced by 2 representatives of the National Elections Commission, commenced this morning on a celebratory high note, save for LP Deputy Secretary General for Press and Public Affairs, Attorney Clark Tomi, boycotting the proceedings, terming the entire process as stage managed in quotes. The conference commenced with the Liberty Party political leader, Senator Yomli Kanga, calling the meeting to order and welcoming the delegates to the special convention. She later announced the purpose of the convention, which is to adapt the constitution and conduct elections. Councillor Powell Hilton, Liberty Party Vice Chairman for Legal Affairs, then presented the constitution to the delegates to review and adapt. During the course of the review process, there was complete disagreement over the functions of the political leader and national chairman. So let me read that again, because that's the real reason why I went to read this. During the course of the review process, there was a complete disagreement over the functions of the political leader and the national chairman. A good number of delegates expressed their displeasure over the portions of the constitution which gives the political leader absolute power over the executive
Please
committee.
send it to me, Miri, I beg you. I need it. Now you don't do well, eh?
I don't do it. Okay. Let me just read that again for those who.
When CPP win, I'll buy you car.
Oh, I'm on wait. You still haven't got me my air conditioning, so I'm not listening. Okay, so just so I can read that again, and I'm going to reiterate this news. This article I'm reading is from the 23rd of January. Mm-hmm. Okay, when the convention was happening, so it's not like a revisionist history. During the course of the review process, there was complete disagreement over the functions of the political leader and the national chairman. A good number of delegates expressing their displeasure over portions of the constitution, which gives the political leader absolute power over the executive committee. While the review process was ongoing, news about the LP General Secretary for Press and Political Affairs boycotting the conference pulled our reporter out of the conference hall to an impromptu press conference staged by Attorney Clark Tomi, who is expected to have contested Secretary General position. Terming the special national conference as stage managed, quote unquote, Attorney Clark Tomi said the entire process is a disaster that is orchestrated by the Liberty Party political leader. He also blamed businessman Musa Hassan Bility for inducing the process. Tomi questioned the legitimacy of the process, of a process which has the national chairman boycotting the proceeding because Senator Zago was not there.
But in the end, he showed up.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let's lead it. The process and wondered who would be turning over the gavel of authority to the incoming national chairman, following what Tomi called a state-managed election. Constitution adopted. That's the heading for this. Meanwhile, the Constitution, having been thoroughly reviewed, has been adopted with a unanimous vote, paving the way for a new constitution. The conference is currently in recess. It's currently recessed to resume shortly for the holding of elections. So I'm reading this before the election is held, okay? Just to give people an idea what happened in January. So this is not, I'm not reading something we're talking about today. I'm reading something that happened in January. All right. And I also found that in the course of the in the course of the
convention,
not just the convention,
the
in the review, because that particular issue was highlighted then and thoroughly debated and defeated, because otherwise then there would have been no unanimous vote. Right on the Constitution.
Yes.
Okay. So for me, it kind of like, so I went back to look at the letter to NEC. And the reasons for the letter to NEC. Right. And up till now, nobody has been able to give me either the Constitution that they claim should have been, or the minutes of the convention that shows that, okay, here's what we agreed in Banga, but here's what was sent to NEC, because that is where the real conversation.
That's how we can see the difference.
Yeah, that's where the real conversation happened. It's just like they just put something in the air, and I kept asking them, so what is altered? What is altered?
I think they just lost that word altered.
Yeah, what has been altered?
And you went to say these people think they can do laws more than me. I'm going to enter. Muffin Vader. He said, but why are people just talking about Liberty Party? Now it's time for me to put ALP in the news. Let's go.
But I think also, let's go back to 2018.
Right.
So
today,
in 2018,
today you're in charge of history.
in 2018, the Liberty Party, after 13 years of Councillor Bromskin being at the helm of the party, and going through elections, there was a lot of noise over, because at that time it just seemed like if you're from Liberty Party, you had to ask Bromskin for permission to breathe. Otherwise, you're not allowed to breathe. That's how much control he had over the party. Or it seemed to some of us who were looking like you really couldn't do anything without, his say-so.
Don't just make it tick now.
Yeah, without his say-so. Right? And the fight was that's too much power to one person. And understandably, that because he was the founder of the party, there was deference to him, which might not have been to somebody who came into the party when it's already established. So there was deference. But even with the deference, there was still a fight at the 13-year mark of his leadership that, look, we need to decentralize this power a bit and make sure that the executive committee are almost at par, with the leader of the party. And then do the rules in a way where it accommodates these changes, which is how come Senator Nyomli Kanga is now being made the party leader.
I would confess something to you. I personally, I don't even like that position called political leader in any party. I don't like that. I think political parties, your executive committee, your chairman, your run, if you're coming towards the election and somebody wants to be the standard bearer, all the people that want to be standard bearer can apply. They go to convention. If you win, you enjoy that attention for the period of the election, period. But this thing about having a political leader who now, we have to be skirting around, it's a problem.
No, but the thing with the political leader situation
what do they do?
According to, I'm just going to read this part here. According to Article 6 of your Constitution, it said that the standard bearer shall be the leader and the chief party representative spokesperson only during election year.
Exactly.
It says during election years, the party leader or spokesperson, in consultation with NEC, shall formulate policies and procedures to implement the decision of the National Convention. The new constitution ruled out the standard bearer or political leader guiding or directing the national affairs of the party through executive council, unless he or she is replaced as stipulated.
Where are you getting this from now?
I'm getting this from Liberty Party Constitution.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Of 20. Let me see.
Okay, because of time, I think we just need to get into some things quickly.
Right.
The major things that happened in the intervening period, since we've been away from the air, is that National Elections Commission called a conference.
Right.
At that conference, the Election Commission was very clear. We should go back to the party and do specific things under section 3.3 of the regulations that NEC has laid down.
Right.
for political parties to conduct themselves in that manner. That every political party in A of 3.3, every political party shall ensure the creation of a grievance and ethics committee in its structure. The grievance and ethics committee shall ensure that every partisan is given due process in time of dispute. The next thing we're asked to do in resolving they didn't just say you go back to your party. They say go and act according to 3.3. All intra-party disputes must first be heard and disposed of by the grievance and ethics committee. Partisans who are dissatisfied with a decision of the grievance and ethics committee may appeal to the executive committee of the party. The NEC has stated specific forums, specific processes that must be followed.
Right.
In comes Nyomli Kanga's effort to quote unquote set up a committee.
An ad hoc committee.
An ad hoc committee relying on powers provided in the 2015 Constitution that by law no longer exists.
No, but even the 2015 Constitution.
No, I just want to announce something before.
Let me just read this, then you can go ahead. Article 7 of your listener says, with the advice and consent of the executive committee, the chairperson shall appoint one or more special committees to carry out particular functions for the party.
Right.
So basically, even in that,
which is why she wrote in broad stroke. She just said according to the 2015 Constitution, which by the way we shouldn't even entertain.
No, but even in there, that's what it is.
I know, Mary, but I don't want to go in that bush at all. Yeah, you can't be there to go do what? That 2015 Liberty Party Constitution is for intellectual purposes. If a political science student at the University of Liberia wants to write their thesis on developments in a Liberty Party, trying to make analysis within Liberian democratic culture, they can refer to that. That's literature, but not to govern the affairs of Liberty Party. That document now is for historians, people who want to study the organization, okay, and its development. It's totally useless and meaningless in the resolution of this dispute. This dispute, the controlling laws will be the 2021 Constitution and the National Elections Commission regulations on political party conduct. Nothing else is important. What she's doing is childish. It's childish, it's lawless. And the sooner she stops, the better.
But she's named these committees, right? And I'm wondering,
just for fun.
I'm wondering, what would the committee now do? Will you, because I tried to speak to the general secretary of the party, but I could not get him because from what I learned, they said they don't recognize the. But who will recognize? They don't recognize the body. Which brings me to the real issue before we open the phone line.
Because nothing just say you go look for someone on a committee. They say the committee should be called what? Grievance and ethics.
Right. So it brings me to the real issue.
So
the real issue is, okay, my question is always, what is she, because she's the one doing all of this, so what is she doing it for? Exactly.
I'll give you a number.
I have a number.
Okay, there you
no,
go.
because she's not answering my call, so I know. So I'm asking a question.
Then text her.
No, I'm asking the question openly now. Where is she going with this? Because first off, you went to NEC and you embarrassed yourself because it seems to me like NEC is telling you what it is you are supposed to have known to do in your party, and you should have done that before coming to us, right? And now you're doing something else. So the question really is, what is this fight really about? And I was like, okay, the only thing happening going forward is the choosing of the December choosing of the December primary from the CPP, which now chooses its standard bearer for the CPP, which goes into the 2023 election. So what is her role here? What is the role that she's trying to position? She's trying to position herself to play. Is it that she's trying to be a power broker? Because I'm trying to see where she's coming from with this. Is it like she's trying to be a power broker, or she wants to be the vice president nominee to be chosen as vice president? You know,
she wants to be Walker's number 2.
By
overthrowing the leadership of her party.
But wait, by the you're confusing me by the by being chosen as VP, because you don't get elected to be VP.
No, you
you're
have to
chosen,
be selected. Yeah,
exactly. You're selected by the person who becomes the standard bearer.
Exactly.
So two things. One, she does not have money that is required for this game, and she's not that popular to be. No, I'm sorry. It's gotta be said. Hello, y'all kill me. It's gotta be said.
If you know the amount of insults I can receive from
no,
that.
but it's fine. It's fine. I will receive insults too, but at some point people have to be willing to face the truth.
Or insult brigade.
The truth. No, it's fine. I don't mind it. Oh, they can do worse than what CDC has done to me. The thing is, when you want something like that, because I'm trying to see where all of this can make sense, right? You're gunning for VP position, okay? So you want to be the sole person within your party to decide where your party goes, okay? You want to be the person to decide where your party goes, but your ultimate goal is to be VP or to broker which way your party goes by playing all the sides who are contesting, in the primaries, right? But you yourself, what are you bringing? Because for you to be appealing to the person you want to choose you as their VP, you either have to have money or come with support.
And votes.
Yeah, that's it. Or come with support. The last election that was held in your county, you barely won it. Won by you didn't even win 50% of your own constituents, right? You didn't win up to 50%. And then money-wise, you really don't have the money that is required to run an election, to say, okay, when we choose you, you're coming with money. And let me say this again. If this was Senator Dillon doing this, then it would make a bit of sense. Because
200,000 votes.
No, not even that. 60%. We're talking about 60% of a county.
Right.
When you can have that commanding lead, that means therefore you're coming with that to the arrangement. You're bringing popularity. You're bringing votes. There's something you're bringing. You might not have money, but you're bringing the vote, right?
Votes.
Which now means therefore there's something you're bargaining with.
Right.
I don't know if she's thinking that that Senator Dillon's popularity will rub over her. It's not transferable. There's a difference between there's a difference between endorsing.
I know what you want to say, but you were disciplined. You didn't say it. The time is running.
There's a difference between endorsement of a candidate and you yourself being the candidate to bring the vote.
Right.
There's a difference. Endorsement means my people are endorsing this person. Go ahead and vote for a person, but you want to be, the person. So go ahead and talk. While I open the phone line.
Let me just slam this now. There is a resolution signed by county chairpersons, about 11 of them. It was put out yesterday. Also, it was signed on the 12th of August. But I only saw it yesterday.
Right.
This resolution reads: whereas we believe in the value of collective leadership and democratic values are cardinal qualities of representative democracy, whereby the decision making within the Liberty Party should reflect the diversity of its leadership and stakeholders. Whereas we are opposed to operating in a manner that opposes collective decision making, whereas we strongly believe that our national political landscape would be in a much better position by exercising the will of all instead of an imperialistic leadership. Whereas this reasoning underpinned the LP's decision to amend its constitution so as to align its functioning with this ideology of democracy. Whereas we were witnesses and participants to the process and procedures leading up to the amendment of the LP constitution, which produced the revised 2021. These are Liberty Party county chairs.
Okay,
come
from
together in their broad majority.
Is it 15 counties? Or?
From Liberty, 11 of the 15 counties.
15, okay.
They said they stand by the constitution,
okay,
and they want this thing to stop. The signatures and names are attached. I've shared it with you.
Okay. 077. We can take a few more calls before we wrap up. Next time, I think we'll do the reading was too many. The reading was too much.
Yeah, that temper.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Mary. Good morning, Aunt Mary.
Morning.
And good morning to Mr. Demore.
Right.
My name is Lawrence Brown. I call from District 16, from the most deformed district.
There you go.
Go ahead.
What my friends will do again?
What you say?
The issue.
Yeah.
The issue. Can I give you an information, please?
Please do.
The rigmarole within the PUP between Dr. Cassell and Women P is because Dr. Cassell is in a bad not to use any of the old order from the Unity Party or from any other political party that help to deform the country, but defraud the country to serve as the party chairman. This is what is going to happen. Dr. Cassell is being informed that Chairman Molu will be resigning from the CDC. So he wants to use Chairman Molu to serve as chairman of the PUP so as to hold enough division to take them to the PUP.
There's an interesting theory.
But he failed. But he failed.
Okay, Barry,
thank you for the information. He failed. Hello.
But okay, let him finish.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Mary.
Morning.
Yep. Yeah, thank you so much for the show, and thank you to your colleague, Menitege. Yeah, my point here is with regards to the CPP. I'm Ibrahim Dovi. I'm from Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, with regards to the CPP, we all know that when somebody carry or complain, like you made an allegation, and then the letter was addressed to Yombly. So in this case, Yombly is going to call for an investigation, and then Ure will make a point where this particular framework document was ordered or not. Yeah. And now we've seen that this letter was not addressed to the ANC. Who's leaking this information to the public? We don't know.
No, but the
ANC, we have
the letter was copied. No, but the letter was copied.
Let him finish. Let him talk.
No, because our time.
Political parties within the CPP.
Yeah, that be speedy because we got 2 minutes.
LP and all the other parties, they are right. Investigation are not being conducted. But now we see the ANC responding to the letter. So I don't know who is doing what here.
Okay, I can explain it. The ANC is raising red flag on the emptiness of the letter, the threat that such language and such allegations pose to the credibility and the standing of the CPP. The ANC was in charge of affairs when the document was submitted,
right?
And so therefore it must act accordingly, and it has acted accordingly.
Okay. All right. I see our time is fast spent.
The callers will deal on next week for not giving a chance to talk.
Yeah, but you guys, sorry, yeah.
I'm very plenty letter here today.
No, but we gotta read it now. I didn't read all of it. There are 2 more letters I should have read. I didn't read it. I didn't read the press statement from Mr. Senator Yomikanga.
But I love that theory the guy came up with that
Mobile Molu
may surface at PUP. That would be dramatic.
That not happening.
We live for the drama.
Yeah,
it will be so interesting.
Yeah, but no.
And the guy also moved his headquarters very close to CDC. Anyway, thanks for being there. We definitely love being here, and hopefully see you next week Saturday.
Okay, my name is Mary Williams. Y'all have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Allow me to flex. Many years me I done it good.
This is VOA News, reporting by remote. I'm Joe Ramsey. A Taliban official said Saturday the co-founder of the Islamist militant group Mullah Baradar has arrived in Kabul for talks with other leaders to hammer out a new Afghan government almost a week after the militants took over the capital without